submission. God bless you, ma. Okay, let's go to Mr. Titus before we go to Dr. Esther. Mr. Titus, are you there, sir? Happy Father's Day, Mr. Titus.
Hello, sir. Happy Father's Day to all our special men in the house. Yes, sir. Thanks for having me up. Justice for mohbad. Super Vibes. I have nothing to say. For now, I have nothing to say. I'm just observing, paying attention to everything that's going on. IT guys spoke very well. They covered all the areas. We just have to be very cautious now. They're trying to silence us, and obviously information is not coming out on exactly what reasons. So once we know the exact reasons, then we can further caution ourselves and know exactly how to move next. If they've actually done something wrong, we'll, take to corrections. But personally, I don't think Madam Yinka has done anything wrong. I'm not, talking about any other case, just Madam Yinka's case for now. Legal team, this is where they need to show, that they are still, with us. They are on our side. Because it's not easy. So I'm hearing on some other platform, apparently, the legal team wrote some, got some letters to protect some of these protesters. So hopefully she'll be okay. Let's just hope everything will be okay. For me, Madam Ajoke Ade was correct when she was saying even the High Commission is corrupt. Anything to do with Nigeria, it doesn't matter if it's not in Nigeria. Is corrupt. I'm so sorry to say. Obviously, with a bit of exaggeration. High Commission, for example, they don't want me to come to Nigeria. They don't want to see me down there. Because if they want to see me down there, anyways. So those people, basically, they are playing around, yeah? I can obviously tell you some other information that I've got, that I have personally. I don't want to say too much right now, but definitely they're not going to help you. You can go to them, you can make noise outside their door, but trust me, they're not helping us. I don't know about the one in America, but the one in the UK is not here to help. So if we can get to, Downing House, Downing Street, let's let's get there, please. Even Buckingham, wherever we can go, let's get there. But that High Commission, I think is a waste of time. The noise is not going to be a waste of time, but to expect to get result from them, they are not ready to help us. That's the truth.
That's true, my brother. We've been there few months ago. So
I see, these people think they're the ones stopping me from coming to Nigeria. They're so stupid. If they like, let them to not send my passport. I have British, I have Nigeria. They're so stupid. I applied for renewal since last year.
Titus, we don't use those words here. Sorry, please. We don't use those words.
I'm going to show. Basically, I understand what you're saying. I'm sorry for using those words, but they will understand on the 24th. They will understand. They will understand. Don't worry.
So I'm going to ask a question regarding this peaceful rally. If Nigeria House is the only place we are going, maybe they won't see me there. That's why I've been asking. Are we going to Downing Street as well? If not, I better stay at home.
Yeah, because to be honest, that place is a waste of time.
No, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. And that was not my first time of going there.
I said
I've been there more than 6 times.
I said the same thing the very first time they brought up the idea that if it is going to be that only one spot, I'm not interested. I said the same thing as well too. But let me correct one thing, Titus. Yinka Ade was not picked up because of the peaceful demonstration. I think they said the petition has been written since April, but they don't have an address where to deliver or something to. So probably they said through the people that printed the shirts that they used. And as well, she was at the station earlier that day in the morning. Then I think when she got back home and she went to the market or something like that, that is where the arrest happened or so. But she wasn't picked up because of the peaceful
Okay,
demonstration.
Mr. Super Vibes. I understand what you are saying, but I don't accept it. I don't want to say I don't agree, I don't accept. Now, okay, yes, they have a petition on her according to you a long time ago. This petition does not have a name on it. It says name A, name B, name C, and others. Now they are categorizing her under others, which means I could be categorized under others. You can be categorized under others.
Just like crunchy, like what's it called? Carrots. It's supposed to be, but it's crunchy like carrots.
The IT guy, please can you mute so we can hear some other things? Thank you.
Sorry.
The IT guy, mute yourself, thank you.
Yes, okay, it's okay. He didn't realize.
But is
Yes,
she aware of that petition before the protest?
no, listen to what I'm saying. What they're saying now is that they've petitioned that before. This news was nowhere. They are now using the fact that she went out to protest to basically push some stupid narrative, which is, oh, she's part of the orders on the petition that was written a long time ago.
Hey, Titus, we don't use such word.
Which word did I use
we don't
again?
use
Sorry, stupid?
F word. You just say stupid. Yeah, please.
Oh,
We don't use such words.
Stupid is not. Stupid is calm. Supervise.
No, please. There may be so many kids, with their parents listening. Please, we don't do that.
Hey, tell them to take them.
But go ahead.
Arakogaza, brother. Sorry.
No. I understand, but because of kids, there might be with their parents listening all around the world. It's not nice.
Yeah, I understand.
Ṣé àmì Yínká ó wà aware of that petition?
That's what I'm saying. No. What call low opportunity? Okay. What fẹ́ kọ́ àwọn kan ní lesson? What fẹ́ kọ́ àwọn kan ní lesson? What will low petition here as reason? God. Her name is not on the petition. Her name is not on that petition. Other people's name, and then in brackets, including others. Including others. So they are now categorizing her under others. That's what they're doing.
That's exactly what I said. And that's the reason why I want everyone to be extremely careful. If you've put something sort of like so vague and so open-ended as others, then it actually means anyone that is hosting, anyone that is contributing, anyone that actually has a profile on social media can be that can be forensically assessed should be extremely careful.
Yeah, exactly. To be honest, all that to be others is not supposed to be so. They intentionally did it like that for this purpose. They intentionally did it like that for this purpose.
Yeah, but from day one, if you be following us, we've been trying to sensitize people about that. Sometimes, false allegation, anything you don't have proof of, it's not ideal. It's logical. All around the world is the same law that is guiding that. Don't say things that you can prove. There has been a lot of false narration here and there, since the inception of this case. We spoke about that last night and today, I think 3 days ago as well too. So these are the area people need to be very, very guided and mindful of what they dish out, from their mouth. Sometimes your emotion can be running through and you just get gingered, and before you know, you begin to say some things. They're only waiting for you to spill the bean. Then, they will take that, probably can record that, and okay, it was saying this, it was abusing this, it was accusing this. I think I was on Twitter last week, the DSS bring out some things like that too. Was it the EFCC, the cyber stalking, cyber bullying, all those things? People are going to be getting arrested in that country for that again. The law has been the law in all the whole country, but I think Nigeria is just beginning to implement that law, and that is what we'll be preaching against here from day one. Everybody should be guided, because things like this will be a distraction, for the case at hand. Because if you don't If you don't cyber stalk or cyberbully anyone, you don't mention name of anyone, you don't direct, your utterances to anyone, nobody can come after you. And that is the truth. I spoke about initially when this kid got started, when people start talking about the video with 2 million and kidneys, some even analyze it to the extent that they saw a cooler. Can you imagine that, Titus? That they saw a cooler, that it was inside that cooler. People can be so dramatic sometimes, but that is the truth. But when people keep saying all these things, there are some people who are just listening somewhere. They'll be like, okay. Then when the ships are down, they want you to come and explain to them where did you see that cooler? When was the 2 million transfer? When was this kidney taken? So these are the things that we need to guide ourselves. A senior lawyer was here the other time, and she was explaining all these things to us, that because I was talking about the same thing. That was why she said, yeah, this is exactly, the way to go. And I think the Haiti guy was saying the same thing too, that this is what we'll be preaching on air from day one. Even though some people tag us anti-justice when we tell them, please guide what you say. Oh, allow us to talk. This is like, okay, and now we have the question. Were you there? Did you see this thing happen? Oh, no, I saw it. People are talking about it. People are talking about it, then you are amplifying what you don't have a proof of. That is exactly what we'll be saying. Don't say things that you can back up when they ask you. For example, the CTC.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But in the beginning of this case, we know how everybody's emotions was high up. You cannot start blaming everybody for things that happened in the beginning. Because at the end of the day, right now.
No. Hold on, Titus. I don't know, maybe the Gen Z, I don't know how to put that. Thank you so much, Mommy and Temperate J. I don't know, maybe the Gen Z, but people like us who are above 40 and people 50, 60s, I think they'll be so cool with the way they address all these issues. They don't go overboard. You understand? But some people naturally just do go overboard, on this issue. I don't know, maybe you're getting my point.
I understand what you're saying, but 50, 60 was part of them. So as in, it just depends on people. People in general act just like this, and you cannot control how people behave, especially when something suddenly happens.
Yeah,
so
you can.
Why didn't the police do their job properly to prevent us from coming out on social media to be making unnecessary noise?
No,
we are coming for them.
Nobody say people should not talk. No, don't get it twisted, Titus. Nobody say people should not talk. That's what we're talking about. See, the CTC is there for people to analyze. All the videos that people have been saying is there. People can talk about those things. You can analyze because there is a visual evidence. When you hear audio, for example, when we meet. Hold on, Titus.
But the CTC was not out until recently. We've been talking all this thing before CTC come out. Their evidence is from day one. These people have been collecting evidence from day one, recording us, recording everything we've been talking about.
Example. I'm just using it as an example. Exactly. God bless you, mommy. Okay. Let me ask Titus one question. Did you remember at the beginning of this case, somebody said, oh, I was at the hospital when they brought in mohbad. It was lively. I even took picture with him. We go inside together. I don't know, maybe you remember that time?
Yes, in the beginning.
Exactly. Then people begin to take, it is true. These are the things. They just push all those things out.
But if you are gullible enough, look at all that.
God bless you, man. If you are gullible enough and you don't understand how all these kind of things work, they are just trying to twist people's mind and change the narratives for them. Then some people will flow with that rhythm.
Yeah, so but Supervised TV, as a human being, are you a psychologist? You should understand that human beings will just jump and react like that. So just because they have reacted now, they are in trouble.
And he doesn't want that on his platform. That's what he's trying to say.
No, I understand. No one's doing that on your platform. I'm just talking about why people are in trouble now based on what has happened in the past.
Yes,
I'm not talking about what's going on right now. I'm talking about the fact that people are getting in trouble based on something they've done in the past.
Yes, Titus, hold on. I just said something now, you are not getting it. I said in the past, when this thing was even, utter, I do say it. I said, please, whatever you don't have evidences about, don't say it. Even on other people's platform, they will say, oh, this one anti-justice. This one, we keep saying this, but they don't understand. You know, the reason why we're saying all this thing is that sometimes when things happen like that, people want to twist the narrative and they want you to be saying the things you are not supposed to be saying. And the real truth is far from what they are saying.
That's it. They want you to push a false narrative for them.
God bless you. But if you are so smart, you will just lay low, you will lay back, you say, no, I'm not going to flow with that rhythm. I will just take my time and I will find out exactly what is going on.
Supervise, please let me ask you a question. When Wunmi said to Baba Mohbad that Baba Mohbad is the one that killed his own son and he wants to kill Liam, who picked Wunmi up? When Mama Mohbad said, Baba Mohbad.
Okay, good. Let me answer your question. You see, this is where we do get things wrong. When Wunmi said that, the police are not going to go and arrest Wunmi if you don't come and submit a petition. That is, see, the police call Darosha to the station because some people submitted a petition. So when you, okay, now, when Mama Mohbad said it was Baba Mohbad that sent people, you know, to use knife and tying the boy, I don't think anybody, probably from the legal team of Baba, sent petition on that because it was Mama Mohbad. They will let it slide. So these are the things we're talking about. When the wife of the deceased was abusing and accusing Baba on the phone, a petition should have been sent out, but they didn't do that. And that is the truth. So, but if you don't send those things, the police will not act. But when they send a petition to the police on Darosha, police invited Darosha. So if nothing is done after, that one is a different ball game entirely. But do they do their job by calling him to come to the station? They did that. So that is what now proved to me that if petition, according to the lawyer that was here before, if a petition is being sent out to everybody who was in Mohbad house in different stations, the police will act on that. But what will come out of it is what we don't know.
Supervise.
The petition
Darosha came
just hold on. Titus, hold on.
No,
thank
Titus,
you.
wait.
Look, Supervise, I disagree. I disagree, Supervise. When Mohbad was alive, the petition he wrote to the police about Naram, you don't like the name mentioning, about the so-called industry god, including a king that is being dragged on TikTok. What did the police do about it? Please. They are choosing and they are picking and cherry picking. That is the fact. What
they
Professor
Lumumba they answered Darosha's one, got Darosha to come in, and then they switched the script on Baba. Is that not the reason why they accepted that petition so they can switch it in front of Baba's face? Please, let's not
the
dawdle.
noise is too much. Please, let's talk one after the other so that we can understand each other. Okay, go ahead, Titus.
Hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, MT. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, brother. I want to chip in some things here now. Are you getting me?
Yeah, we're with you.
You and I think you and we are Nigerians, right? You're a Nigerian. I said, I know that you and I are Nigerians.
We are all Nigerians. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Bro, there is this mindset in Africa. There is this mindset in Africa that it has become a virus to us. That the intimidation going on in Africa has become the order of the day. When cases rises up, even when life is being taken. Even we don't value life. That is one thing about Africa. We don't value life. The rich keep on intimidating the poor. The hierarchies keep on intimidating the poor. And there is no space for the poor to breathe. There is no space for the poor to breathe anymore. Everybody is afraid of saying the truth in Nigeria. Everybody is afraid of saying the truth except the hierarchy, the top ranking officers maybe in the government parastatals and the creme de la creme, the people that in the rich, the wealthy aspect of the people that come from the rich families or whatever, the top people that have to say in the government, or people that are rich. See, let me tell you something. You see all these things that we are talking about, mohbad this, mohbad that. This is a kind of thing that you and I know the truth. We have seen everything, how everything went. Without being told, you know that there are a situation that when something will happen, everybody will become a suspect. And when everybody become a suspect, you arrest even the poor and you arrest even the rich. But in this situation, what you will see is that even when the rich is among them and is being arrested, before you know, there will be a call at the back door. When that call is being done at the back door, the case of that that rich man that is involved in that case will become exceptional. It will become totally exceptional. They will not look into it again, because there are autocratic powers that are covering the person. But when the poor person is involved there, nobody will talk about it. They will use the head of that poor man, use it for a sacrifice to the head of that rich person that committed that atrocities. When I was in Nigeria, I have been in a case. I know a case that happened at the end of the day. A guy was assassinated, but one of the people that were involved in that very case, the father are stinkingly rich, brother, stinkingly rich. But at the end of the day, what did they do? They swept everything off. When they swept it off, they used another person to replace for that thing. What is really happening in our country? Because the law, we don't practice anything law. We are not equal to the law. And this thing has eaten us up, that even our unborn children that are growing up now have discovered that your father doesn't have any money, you don't have any mouth to talk even in the community. You don't have any say in the community, because there are situations that when you begin to talk, people will first of all try to know the background you come from, try to know the people around you that are surrounding you, even when you are making sense. They will try to know the background where you come from, try to know the people surrounding you. Even when you are making sense, brother, if there is no that money is not there, that even when you have the connection and that money is not involved there, brother, because what you are looking up to is nothing but the carton. You are not looking up to the content again. Nobody is looking at what someone content himself personally. We are looking about the facial something that we can see, but not spiritual aspect of it. And this is why this criminality is going on in Nigeria. Somebody will commit a crime, at the end of the day, nobody will look into it. The next thing you will see, they will just give the person a bell. The person will just go like that. Even all this government that you see now, that is taking place, all these things are camouflage. All these things are camouflage. Why I say that is camouflage? When a matter like this, a matter that has to do with death, why must the person be buried before the judgment? A matter that is government matter, why must this person, and every allegations has been put and every evidences are coming out, why can't the same government say no, because of this we want to justify this person before the grave? Let us justify this person so that this person's spirit will rest in perfect peace. At the end of the day, you give these touches to this person that is dead, so that other people that are alive will know how precious their life is. But at the end of the day, when these things are not being done, even you and I that are living today will no longer have a life to live tomorrow, because the ones that are died on this condition, nothing was done on their own. Your life will be at risk, and you will be afraid of you yourself getting yourself into a community that is not secured. See the way everybody is just running out. Why are we running out of our country? Because we are not secured. The government that is supposed to secure us, they're no longer securing us. They're only using it for themselves. Even the barristers at the same time can be connived with the people in the government parastatals, in the government top offices, in order to work against that person who has justice for himself, who the justice is there for him to be proved. What is really going on to our own life? What is going on? Are we going to continue like this? We talk about this mohbad stuff. Look at how everything went. We talk about this what was it called? Gino Pope. Look about all those things. The critical things that people need to look. The people that are in the government of parastatals. I mean, let me say in the the first aspect of it, and the judge. They are supposed to look into some matters to know what is really going on, so that they can correct it. Because there is a say that says that when a finger touches an oil, it circulates to the other fingers. When a finger touches an oil, it circulates to the other fingers. That is to say that when a crime is being committed by one person and nothing is done, that crime will generate 200 people. And when it's being generated, it becomes a culture and habit. By the time you start trying to a kind of adjust it, it will become difficult. That is what the same thing that is happening to Africa, and that is the same thing. I mean, South Africa. That is the same thing that is happening to Nigeria as a country. Where are we going to in this very matter? Even all this force, you see, and there's one thing that always happening. And when a trouble comes up like this, when a matter comes up like this, it happens that there are people that are involved. Somebody is dead, brother. You begin to see even that person that is guilty, that committed that thing. The family member, the friends member will begin to go into some areas, to begin to bring in people that will kind of begin to talk some certain things in order to cover up that victim, not the victim, the person that committed that crime. They will begin to bring some people to begin to generate some kind of social embarrassment or whatever, crimes, or a kind of topic that people will begin to focus on that topic, not to focus on the crime that is being committed. Before you know what is happening, they will channel their minds in other way around, not to channel their mind on that very crime that committed. Okay, look at this situation now that happened to this our brother now that died. That was last year. He died. Up to this moment, no justice for this very person. No justice for him. He's not the first, and he will never be the last. But only thing you are praying in this life is that whatever that any man sowed in this very life is what you reap. If you think that maybe the power that you have today, that you use it to suppress the poor today and suppress them tomorrow, it can only be today. As long as you are not the owner of your life, you cannot control the future. That is one thing I believe. As long as you are not the owner of life, you can never control the future. It is high time we ourselves have to stand. Even the barristers we have, even the judges we have, our constitution is not favorable to everybody. This constitution is not favorable to everybody. It is high time that this constitution is favorable to everybody. Even the poor man himself can come back tomorrow and believe himself. And that is the reason why you see this development is not coming up in our societies. Because so many things that people will go involve themselves to learn some certain things, they will no longer learn it. All our mindset is now going on money. And that thing is driving our mindset to know the areas which we are supposed to work on our life. The country where I am, brother, if you dare commit any single thing, they don't want to know. If you commit any single thing, the police will carry you. Before even your barrister begin to see you. The police are the people, first of all, to hold you before the barrister will begin to speak for you, before you begin to write any petition. And before they detain you, they must make sure that what you committed, you are guilty of it. But it's not working in our country. When a little thing happen like this, somebody will lay an allegation on somebody who is not guilty, who is an innocent, and before you know, overnight somebody will carry they will just waste their life. Is it because our population, we are too populated in that country? Is it because we come from different tribes, or we have different ethnicity or tribes in that country? Is it the problem? The problem is no. The problem is the foundation that people that benefited from our country, this our very country, Nigeria, people that benefited for many years ago, they are the one corrupting this country now. Why we, the generation of today now, that are supposed to also build a good standard, are the ones suffering it. And the more we are suffering it, the more we are emulating their character, and which, if care is not taken, where are we going to hold tomorrow? We will no longer have a country to hold, or a country to hold. No longer. I pray that I pray that the gentle soul of this our brother that died many days, or many months ago, rest in perfect peace. Because wherever he is, he's still bleeding. As long as justice was not done on him, that spirit is still there bleeding. He's still there, crying. That is one thing. When if America loses any of their citizens or whatever, it pains them. If they lost their soldier, it pains them. But when it comes to our own country, if we lost anything, we'll just call it a day. We'll not even call it anything, because we don't value life. Where are we going to? An Hausa man have a hatred to the extent that he cannot talk to an Igbo man when it comes to business. An Igbo man have the same hatred to the extent that when it comes to some certain things politically, he cannot trust an Hausa man. The same thing to Yoruba. Where are we going to? And we forgot in everything that we have only one God. That one God is that Almighty God that whenever you are doing anything, you look up to Him and say, "This is I believe in God." That the same skin you talk about is the same skin when you look at yourself, you call yourself a black man, but we are black, but our heart is very black and dark. I pray that God will heal Nigeria. I pray that God will heal Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, MD, for motivation or something. I think you hit the nail on the head. I think exactly what we're trying to do. You said some part of it, which is Titus here, Tim Lagata, the IT guy, Mommy Ajoke Ade, Queen, Barrister Tosin. We are all Nigerian, and we understand some way. That is exactly the diplomacy, being diplomatic that I'm trying to, talk all this while, say all this while that some people are not really getting. You already understand how the system works back home. So what you need to do is to find your way around it. And I make an illustration of Brekete, what he did that still got us to where we are today when he called the commissioner. Initially the call was not good. They were both having a little bit of here and there. Then the man just think twice. If I need to get this thing, these are the people I need to call and make friends with. You understand? So he put down his ego and he asked the audience, should I call him? Everybody said, no, 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 no. Don't dare call him. Hey, blah, blah, blah. The man relaxed. He sighed. He breathed down. He said, no, I'm going to call this man. He put a call through again to the man. The man responded. And you know what? He began to joke with the man. He began to joke with him, and at the end of the day, they become good part that same day. The man was able to say, okay, hold on, sir. Let me put a call through. Let me get the rightful information for you, and I will discuss that with you. And he asked, how many minutes? Let me give you 30 to 1 hour. I was on the program that day. I was listening to them. And the man called back. And he said, okay, they took the sample of this boy to so place in Pennsylvania, blah, blah, blah. The singular act of that day is why we are still talking about this mohbad to date. Brekete understand the government. He's been diplomatic. It's not as if he's slow. It's not as if he doesn't know what to do. But if he goes too much overboard, they might shut him down. And you and I, we're not going to do anything. Everybody will just make noise and keep quiet. That is the truth about that country. So when you know some things, you don't need to discuss those things anymore. What you need to do is to be logical and find your way around. The same people is the same people that you are still going to use to get the justice. So don't abuse them. There is a way that is exactly what Berekete did that day. Berekete should I say, me, that I'm talking to president, that I'm talking to this person, who is commissioner. He will have said that, and that information will not go out. Until this present date, nobody will say a single word to anybody. All the people that were in Mohbad house, did anyone come out to say a word of what happened in that house? Nobody. That man, singular act of that day, was the reason why we all still know that there was something somewhere. So this is why I've been advocating for peace. And I've been advocating for people to understand what you're saying online. Your utterances matter. It's not because people cannot talk anyhow. No. Be guided. There is a reason for that. That is why I've been doing that. That is why I don't allow anyone on this platform to call, swear, or say what you have no proof of. Those are the reasons. You understand that system, how it works back home. All you need to do is to find your way around it. The same people who you are thinking they are bad, they are the ones you still want to make friends with to be able to get the justice out. So when you are cursing on them every day, how are they going to give you the justice? When you are not mindful of what comes out of your mouth, how are you going to get the justice? So these are exactly the things we are talking about that some people don't understand. Do you think it's just all about blabbing and shouting online? Okay, all the shout they've been shouting for 9 months now. Where has it gotten anybody? Nowhere. So it is being logical and being diplomatic. And that is exactly what played out in what Brekete did that day. What Mr. MD just said now is accurate 100%. We all know. Everybody knows. So when you know, what can you do? It's to find your way around those things because you need the same people. Let me tell you, Nigerian police are one of the best police in the whole world, in case you don't know. If they want to work, they are going to work. If they want this Mohbad case now to be buried in a week, they know what to do. and all the perpetrators are going to be out. So why are we digging Dali? All we need to do is to look for a way to find out where we run these things logically. Not by coming online, abusing, accusing, this one, I do this one, hey, that one is this. Yes, I know, he's the one that paid $2 million to get kidney. Oh, I know, is this person that owns this thing, is it? And you don't have any proof to that. So this is where we are discussing, we'll be talking from day one. But some people don't understand. They think we are just being unreasonable, or we've been paid not to curse, not to swear. Do you know how many people who do come to my inbox on my platform? I don't allow them to swear. I don't allow them to attack. And I will just block them. It's as simple as ABC. Because I'm not going to join that bandwagon of you just come online, come and be ranting. I understand how the media works. And this is exactly the things we'll be sensitizing them upon, but they don't understand. What everybody wants to do is to fight each other, to quarrel, to fight, to abuse. You know, what kind of energy is that? And you think these people are not watching?
Yeah, there is something I want to say here. Do you
All
know
right, go
that
ahead,
this,
sir.
do you know that this mindset that Nigerians have? When something happened now, when a crime is being committed, the family member of those people begin to kind of look for connections, people that have a kind of contacts. Let me say now, I am the one. Let me use myself for example now. They buy me now. Are you getting me? The next thing where my family go just begin to they do now to look for where they will get connection, get person where they for politics, or person where they for top government now, where we say in go come, they involve into my matter for my justice to be done. At the same time, where my family they look for how they go get person, how they will get someone that will stand for me. The same way that person that killed me, wake by me, their family they find person where they for top rank for government there, we go defend them because our constitution is not working. Because our constitution is not working. If our constitution is working, I don't think that they go buy me. My family will begin to find person where they on top to come and defend my gentle soul where they buy.
Thank you, brother.
Are you getting me? And I don't think that person wait by me go they find person where they for top rank, may them just come cover them up because the constitution is not working. When the constitution is working, brother, we will be equal. The poor will eat in the same table with the rich. The politician will eat in the same time with the low class government worker in the same table. Check what is happening to you and I. You see, our country is nothing to write home about. Let us listen. You see, these people are using poverty to kind of enslave us, and when they are enslaving us with poverty, they are at the same time making the constitution not to be anything to us, so that when you see that constitution, you will not be living on that constitution. Because when you go to school, study your subject or whatever, study it very, very well, my brother. You will try to defend it. Even in our school of learning now, even when the students are going to school now, there is only for you to ask a student, what kind of person are you dreaming to become in the future? He will not even tell you, I want to become a barrister, I want to become a doctor. He will only tell you that he want to be rich.
Excuse me, my brother. I think Yinka is out now because I'm on YouTube and I can hear her saying, let me see, police said they don't know why they came to arrest me. Woman who was arrested. So I'm just trying to listen to her now. Sorry to interrupt.
So to what? Thank you very much, sister. So in all these things, if our constitution can even be read before the students, before an infant, it becomes a culture. Are you getting me? They begin to mirror it, start from birth. There is no way that somebody will walk up to you and try to intimidate you. Even when the person try to intimidate you, say it's better you buy me than for my life to be taken in a darkness. That is one of the examples where one can live. But in all these things, we begin to consider life. And we have been considering this life. If they buy me, they buy us. What do we do this nation? What do we do that country? We not do anything. We are all human beings like other countries. We are all human beings like other human beings waiting for other countries. We are all equal. When we go to other countries that Nigeria is better than, we enjoy a better life. But when we come to our own country that they are better than, we live like a slave. What is really happening? The same people who live like a king in our land also live like a king in other countries, in other people's land. What is really going on? I think it is high time that we should need to embrace this mindset, that because all these things, one thing I am just having in my mind now, that is just always beating my mind, is that I'm seeing it that what is going to happen in the future is just all about revolution, because revolution is going to be all the order of the day. Is all going to end in revolution, because when that revolution comes, you yourself will be tired of that country. I myself will be tired. The next thing you will do is just to follow the people and do the needful in order to secure that land, because we cannot leave it into the hand of this old. And at the end of the day, our country is getting old with poverty, getting old with corruption, getting old with all kinds of criminality and other things. God help us. God help us.
MDF motivation. MDF motivation. You've spoken well. You've spoken well. You have indeed sort of like, covered a lot in terms of injustice and in terms of, things we can do, where we find ourselves. But, just my train, school, and line of thought at this point in time is leading me towards a direction. And I want everybody to listen to this. So we have sort of like a system in Nigeria where, the electoral system in Nigeria. So whatever the case may be, however, we ended up with presidency, currently President Ahmed Tinubu. Now, let's forget about the process for a minute. At some point, people have actually put their gauntlet out there. They've actually put themselves out there, whether it's Showore on one side, whether it's Atiku on one side, whether it's Peter Obi on the other, and everything, right? So, everybody will get their state, everybody will get their seats in Senate and all this kind of stuff. We then get up to a situation right now where there is no opposition. We have a government right now where they can run riot, they can run rogue, but we don't have anyone that can adjudicate on our behalf. We don't have an opposition. We don't have people to question the government and say to the government of today, this is not right. Let's go to the Senate. Let's, amend our constitution. Let's do this. Let's do that. Now, that is where we are. During the Jonathan Goodluck's era, we saw what Chibok girls' situation came to play. We saw the outcry. We saw when a sitting president's wife had a voice, was able to sort of like bring together prominent women, able to get support, able to sort of like as a first lady, able to have a prominence. We then have a situation where there's an injustice that is being served right now. Not the president, not the president's wife, not the vice president, not anyone surrounding the president. Where is Atiku today? Where is Goodluck Jonathan today? Where are these people today? When they are crusading, when they are going around looking for votes. And I think that is the problem we have. If we look at the parliamentary system of government, and I don't want to use any other country, but we use UK as an example, not because they are better than us, not because they are so virtuous and so sort of like special, but in my constituent, I have sort of like someone in my ward who sits in parliament, who will be part of the process to change things that will impact my constituent positively. We have local MPs. We vote for them. We put them in. They do things on our behalf. And no matter what happens, if there's an injustice served everywhere in England, United Kingdom, whether it's in Wales, whether it's in Scotland, whether it's anywhere, you will see the parliamentarians You will see the MPs out there advocating on behalf of their own people, whether it's a situation that is going to actually cause people to lose their jobs. So we are now running a system directly off a constitution. We have a judicial process, we have a Senate, we have House of Assembly, who are not advocating on anybody other than collecting their salaries and their weekly allowances as it suits them. Now, if Nnamdi Kanu, I'm going to use as an example again, I'm not an advocate of this, I'm not an avid follower of this, but I think at some point it was actually thought that the guy should be let go. Look at the way the guy was captured. And this is now, if you can capture Nnamdi Kanu from another country and bring him through the Interpol to Nigeria, anybody can be picked up the street at any given time, and then they can only say sorry. And sorry could be after they've locked you up unjustly for a year or 2 years or 10 years. I love to look at things at a very high level. And at the very high level, at the governmental system, at a federal level, when we have a situation where the opposition parties are collecting salaries, where are these people? Where are these prominent people? Where is Peter Obi in this case? When is Peter Obi and Atiku going to come out and actually say, as an opposition representative, that what is going on in this country, the way this country is being governed, is wrong? Now, if we cannot get the people that are still in place right now collecting money, they still have representatives in the Senate, House of Assembly, and in various other places in different states collecting money, we have a very big problem when we don't have our representative representing us. Thank you.
The IT guy, are you still there?
To rest my mic, I'm still here. If we want to be focused, someone needs to mute themselves. If we want to be focused in our country, and we have a system that doesn't appear to be working, let's not say it's not working, because we still have a system, but it's not as robust as we will expect it to be. Now, if we don't have a just representation, when this Ayamiyinka, this lady, God bless her, got picked up in Abuja and all that kind of stuff, you sometimes don't need a lawyer. Your family can go to representative of the constituent where you hail from, and that representative should be able to get up, advocate on your behalf, and get you out of that place. Sometimes you don't need a lawyer to do it.
In a Western country.
This is something that is inside our so-called constitution. Unfortunately, Nigeria is being governed directly by this so-called constitution. And then when you have a legislative aspect of things, they pass all sorts of bills in Senate, they pass all sorts of bills in House of Assembly, is not in the newspaper, is nowhere in the press. No wonder common citizens are getting abused on the street by policemen and forces out there who are supposed to protect them. Why? Because a lot of things is changing in the background, but they are not telling us about it. But why do you actually need a lawyer to literally interpret things for you when you should know your right as a citizen? I live here in England, and I'm very sure that a policeman can't pick me up. It doesn't matter how you try, you cannot pick me up. I've lived in this country well enough to know my rights, to understand the guidelines, and know the power that you've got as a policeman, and know that you are just a citizen just like me. You are there to enforce the law and keep peace and protect me at the same time. And they know that. And they will look at you and they know they won't try it. They won't try it whether you're a black man, yellow man, green man, or any man, or Rasta, or anything you want to call yourself. You need to know your right. But then if you know your right, but you also need to be protected. But we don't have a system in that country that can protect us. Yeah, they pick you up on the streets. I went to Nigeria some times ago. Yeah, how badly dressed you want me to be, and how well dressed you want me to be, and how well groomed do you want me to be. I was standing at the bus stop, just having a stroll. So I have a stroll to some area. There's a bus stop. I was just standing there minding my own business. I went to pick up what's it called, malaria tablet from the chemist. And I was at the bus stop, they're just looking around. Suddenly I saw this guy standing too close to call to me. And the guy said to me, identify yourself. Identify myself for what? Do you understand? And I looked at the guy, and you know, the thing is that as much as I have my British passport, I will not carry my British passport with me, but I will carry the Nigerian one with me. You know, as I have it on me, if I do, or any ID and all that kind of stuff. And I said to the guy, look, I'm here on holiday, so I don't know what it is that you guys want. Here you go. You can see the date I landed there, and in a few days I'll be gone. As soon as I said that, they were gone. Literally about 6 of them. One of them was holding one of their AK gun and all this kind of stuff. They were doing their job, which they should do, but they want to harass a Yahoo boy looking guy. You see, they've labeled people in such a way. And this at a local level. These are the kind of people that are supposed to be protecting of us at that local level. Which means if I'm getting rogued on the street, they probably will join in and take their own cut out of it. And this is just unjust, and it's still happening up till today. We saw a video that went viral on social media recently where a policeman jumped into a vehicle and is actually trying to pull the steering off a driver, and there's a woman crying doing the video in the background who doesn't want to die, who eventually had to open the back door and jumped out of the vehicle on motion. These are the people that are supposed to be protecting us at ground level. If they had given Baba Mohbad the right support, if all the people in that constabulary know what they are doing, if our processes are right, they should have done everything to protect that man. They should have done everything to, if possible, arrest everybody, to understand how they come across a dead body, and at the same time, give this man exactly what he's asking for. If I end up anywhere in any police station, if I get robbed anywhere in London here, the nearest police station is where I go and report. They're not going to say to me, go to your constituent. So there is a lot of things that is wrong about a system that is there but just rogued. Is rogued. The system can work, but it is rogued. Because if you have a budget for education and it's almost zero, you have budgets for security for normal people on the street is almost zero, but you have a budget for the legislators, you have budget for the president, you have budgets to put food on the president's table, and the entire national cake is going straight to the presidency, the Senate, House of Assembly, and after all the governors have swallowed every single money that is disbursed to their states, no wonder there's nothing left in the treasury for a normal man on the streets, people in the public sector, people who are doing things to protect us, the police. How would you want to put a policeman in a constabulary and get the policeman to buy his own uniform? If that guy buys his own uniform and is supporting himself and getting himself to work, how long is it going to take for him to want to get money back for his uniform, for starters? And if you don't pay him appropriately, why will he not go on the street and harass his own normal fellow people like a dog on heat, like a mad dog on the streets? We're now, right now, in a position where someone can just die and they can just cover the case. And I will tell you something. I will tell you the reason why they don't want to get on this Mohbad case. The reason why they don't want to get on Mohbad's case is because they've covered up cases that are simpler than Mohbad's. They are covered up a lot of cases that are on the same level, or bigger. And they know that if the public get justice out of this, it's going to open a new kind of worms. And it's those new kind of worms that they are protecting. Because they will protect that not just in Lagos, they will protect that in Abuja, they will protect that everywhere the injustice is actually happened. Why the voice of a common man cannot be heard. Someone who is poor, as we say, not that they are poor, but then they are not well-to-do, they will be punished because of that aspect. I was in Nigeria not too long ago, in my own business. I went to Nigeria, and I was now going to the airport around the Ikeja area. I can see the planes landing and taking off. And suddenly, this guy flagged us down. And can you imagine, Omo Yameta, my brothers, they are twins, Taiwo and Kehinde, and myself. It's 5 of us as boys. By the grace of God, we survived, but they could have killed the 3 of us that morning, God forbid. Now, let me just tell you very quickly. So they flagged us down, and then, okay, we did what we had to do. The guy kept saying they should open the boot. So where they stopped us is not the normal roadblock. Roadblock is in the front. But there's a guy who is walked away from the place, and he stopped us. For one thing, this guy's eyes are red. The guy he don't check some kind. Maybe he don't even smoke Igbo on top. So guy said, okay, we're going to the airport. Here is the passport. Here is the whatever flight information. My brothers are seeing me off to the airport. Open the boot. Open. Okay, make we open the boot. Let's comply. We complied. Open the boot. And then the guy was doing gra. One of my brothers just said something. It's slightly out of line. I think he's just trying to play that game to sort of like say, I'm a member of the press and all that kind of stuff. He's just trying to use that one with the view that the guy will let us go. The way the guy pointed the gun, and you can see that AK, whatever it is loaded. I just quickly, but at that point in time, my heart is sort of like somewhere close to, I don't know, whether the last breath is about to come off. I was really trembling at that point. And the guy said, open the suitcase. Okay, we opened the suitcase. He said, what is this? What is that? This and that. Luckily for us, the Oga at the top, at the end, was walking towards us. When the guy said to him, called his name and woke him up, he woke up. He was asleep. At that point in time, wherever he's got in his bloodstream is about to get him to act. But by the grace of God, the Oga just said to him, now, go that way. Sorry, guys. Let them go. Omo Yameta, and a driver of the vehicle, the 3 of us of the same father and the same mother. AK-40, whatever, and from those kind of guns. Maybe they will just shoot you and tell you that they thought they were thieves. God bless us. God help us. I will mute my mic for now. God bless everyone.
Mr. IT guy, are you coming on the 24th? Okay, brother, there is something that I really love what you said here.
Mr. IT guy, are you coming on the 24th?
Do you know one of
Hold on. Someone is asking a question.
Do you
Mr.
know there's one
Please,
problem?
are you coming on the 24th?
This problem we have here, brother, is this thing now. In this security aspect of it, we don't know the people that are security, and we don't know that the people that are securing anymore.
Okay, wait now. I beg, before you go for that, please. Sorry, Mr. IT guy, please, are you coming on the 24th?
You see, I will come to anything that is happening in London as long as it's the weekend.
It's happening in London.
As long as it's the weekend, I can't make weekdays at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, I will be there.
Okay, it's happening on the Monday so that we can catch the consulate. But it's fine. No problem.
I mean, if anything happens at all, ping me if it's happening Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
All right then, boss.
All right. Yes, thank you.
Okay. See, there's something I want to chip in here now. In this area of this our security, see the areas that these people had failed, our security have failed. Our security have failed to the extent that they are recruiting the people that are not even securities. And sometimes when a matter arises, or when they want to kind of send some people, some security, legal securities, in order to go for a particular event or a crime stuff that came up, you will see that they will take people that are not securities, but they are wearing the uniforms to go for such, so that even though something happens, they cannot be held accountable. Even when something happens, they cannot be held accountable. Because if you look at it now, the rate of recruitment in our military and the police now is no longer like before. When you see that the population will be increasing, the rate of the recruitment will be increasing. Now it is decreasing. What these people normally do now, some of them will go to the street and pick all these agboros there. Pick all of them or whatsoever, give them some kind of uniform, a kind of tag them with a kind of uniform. Then I join them with few or 2 or 3 policemen that will follow them at the same time. When they go there, they will be the one to be at the front. What are we really doing? How can somebody who is not a security officer know the crime or know how to capture somebody who is a victim of a particular crime? What is really going on? How can somebody that has been tolerating a kind of society, at the end of the day, when they find out that this person, they can use this person with all the virtues, or not the virtues power, the strength or whatever, the juju way they use, they can use this person to begin to do some of their work. At the end of the day, they'll put this person in a one particular security position, so that this person will be handling the job them as the trained police supposed to handle. By the time you know, this person will use that opportunity to use that the same habit he has been using to torment people, to torment more and more. That is what is going on. Some of these people you see in the checking point or whatever, in the patrols, some of them are not qualified officers. Some of them are not qualified officers. Some of them are being picked on the street. Some of them have been a kind of, maybe their brother is in this and they're now looking for people that have the mind, that will not consider their life or whatsoever. At the end of the day, the juju and everything, where they follow them, they carry them put there. Even some people that even mentally derail, where we say they don't overtake kulus and other things, don't they worry them. At the end of the day, they just carry uniform, give them, may they enter there. Before you know, you and person go to talk. A police officer that's supposed to be securing you, a military officer that's supposed to securing the nation, or even the road safety or whatever. Before you know what is happening, the person will begin to point a gun at you, and forget that gun that person is pointing at you without any commitment, without anything, that is a crime before him. Where are we going? These are some of the things we see, that we don't know where we are going, because the most important, we don't value life in that country. We don't value life in Nigeria. If you value life in Nigeria, a poor man will know that the life of a rich man is equivalent to the life of a poor man. And a rich man will know that the life of a poor man is equivalent to the life of a rich man. Because you cannot be doing all these things and you think that these people, they don't know where they come from. They have families. I think in my next generation, in the next 10 years, I know that in my next 10 years now, there are people that are looking up to me. Even if I am poor, I have people that are looking up to me. Maybe they're looking up to me that this my brother, in the next 5 years, he will be a helping hand to my society or to the family. Then you yourself, that because you are in the top rank office or whatever, then you are letting that vision in me, then tomorrow, when you buy me, my family will begin to suffer it. The people that I'm supposed to help tomorrow to become a great people tomorrow will no longer have that joy to enjoy. What is really going on? If make I use for example now, if Tunumbu, our president, if they say they buy him somehow, then can he become the president of today? If Abacha, if say they buy him before he became Abacha, can he become that president of today? Yesterday. That is the same way you and I, where they here. If they buy me and you, what we don't know we are going to become tomorrow is the way they have taken that opportunity from our family and from our society. That's the same thing that have taken away from us, which because if we believe in the future and believe in the present, my brother, there is nothing that will make us to commit a crime. There is nothing. We are loved, and we are a country that is blessed. We are a country that is blessed. 40-something mineral resources, but we cannot give any accountable of one. 40-something mineral resources, good mineral resources, but we cannot give a good accountable of one because the system of the government is corrupt. And they use the security to mess it up. It's not the politics. They use the security because the security are supposed to be because the security is their own right to protect you as a poor man, protect the average poor man, and also protect the rich. But because the system is like that, they don't longer have to exercise that power to the poor and the middle class people. It's only for the top rank people. I pray that God will help us. I'm still saying it. Let God will help us. Let God help us. I'm even wondering the situation things are happening now. How these poor people that cannot even eat are coping up to eat. The people that were struggling from morning to night to eat, they will not longer have to eat. But you see, the people that are in the politics will be doing worse than whatever. It is well. It is well.
Thank you so much, MDF, for that wonderful illustration. Let me use that word, illustration. Let me say this real quick. I think what is happening back home is something that is really affecting everybody. When I mean everybody, because by the time you think about how much you normally send back in a month before, it's not doubled now, it's tripled now, you know, in the sense that, yeah, you might be thinking, when the money gets there, it's going to be like this, like this, like this. But the things they are using the money to buy, it's way expensive. And additionally, again, you know, the people, if you are supporting 5 people before, now you are going to be supporting 20 people. You know, that is the problem now, because everybody is looking for money, hungry or something else in that country. So due to what is happening, inflation and a whole lot of things back home. Now, but the truth of the matter is this, are the police well paid? That, I think, is a no. You know, so sometimes we might blame police from Genesis to Revelation, but there has been some, you know, should I say, on time immemorial predicament that has been, you know, going on with the police, the government, and you know, IT guy was saying something the other time. When you look at the budget for education, you look at the budget to renovate the VP house. I think it was 21 or 22 billion, you know, something. You look at the student loan, 5 billion. And you look at, you know, you just look at the way they call the billions, the trillions, the this, the that, and none of it is for the good use of the people. So sometimes you wonder where the priority lies. And these are part of the problem that, you know, we are facing. I don't understand. Is there anything that can be done? That we don't know. Will good tidings become soon? Yes. Will good things happen to Nigeria? Yes. Will Nigeria ever get over this thing, you know, and turn over a new leaf? Yes. Yes.
I said, I'm laughing. I'm laughing super vibes, yeah, because you asked, can anything be done? I'm like, maybe not on this peaceful platform.
All right, Titles, you're right. No, I'm not even talking about social media now. I'm talking even back home. Can anything at all be done, you know, to rectify the whole thing? Because it's getting worse every day. I could remember vividly when I was growing up, we are the leaders of tomorrow. I'm in my 40s now. I read that when I'm in my 5th, 10th, 20, you know, when I'm in my 30s. Now I'm in my 40s, and you know, people are still reading probably leaders of tomorrow. Maybe when I'm 80 or 90, we'll still be talking about being leaders of tomorrow. Because even though everybody has, like I think MDF said, you know, run out of that country to be the leaders of tomorrow on their own, yeah, I think that's what we are all doing. But the truth of the matter is this. I don't know if there is any possible thing. I know some people have been championing this thing for so long, but they are not making headways. Is there anything that can be done? To me, I believe the police are underpaid. That is the truth. And sometimes when you want people to do that kind of job and you are not paying them what they need to be paid, it's hard. It's hard. I know there are good police officers in that country, very, very good ones, and there are bad ones. You know, we have bad cop here too. Yeah, we had bad cop here too, and I think it's everywhere. as well. So, but the truth is that I think the bad ones overwhelm the good ones back home. So we have to look at this thing critically. What can be done? What can probably maybe some private organizations, some NGOs can champion that will truly help, because I believe they need help. So I don't know. We all have to, talk about that, and we'll keep talking about that to see if there is any possibility of things that can be done to help these people as well. When you are underpaid, then probably your job is undervalued, and the job they are doing is a critical job. So they are supposed to be well paid so that they could, carry out their duties very well. But this is where we are. What can we do? And this same thing is exactly what happened to mohbad now. Someone said something the other time. When you take away, look at that situation of the IT guy, Omo Yameta. Let's assume that that officer was in his feelings that day and shot 3 of them or something happened. Where would the parent be? Where would the mother be? That would not be funny. That will not be funny. So these are situations that people have found, and this is exactly what happened to Baba Mohbad. We keep saying, okay, MDF said if Fabasha had been taken when he was young, will he be president? Yes. Obasanjo was about to be, spy. Let's assume that Obasanjo was spy. Will he be president? No. If Mandela was spy in the prison, will he ever be president, even if it's short-lived? No. A breadwinner of a family was taken, and people are asking questions. What by the boy? Nobody is coming out to say a word. So this is exactly the situation where we find ourselves. And this is why we said we need to be really, really logical. And we need to be diplomatic about the way we go about things. These are the people, even the people we are looking on to, even the police themselves, they are angry. They are not well paid. Let's face the reality. Let's face the reality. So what can we do? We are talking, this one is not saying this, that one is not saying that. So what can we do? This is where we are.
Yeah, but supervise when an organization or when the staff say, they're not being paid well, then they protest. Some of them strike. They go to a union. Who have the police ever even gone on strike once? I don't think so. So it seems like they're happy with the situation that the way it is. The people in there at the moment. Obviously, it could be better. And they obviously know it as well. But obviously, the people high up will not let it, be better. So our fight is the people high up. That's the place we need to basically focus on. If we cannot change that who is going to be next. Okay, let's say, Tinubu is there now. There's nothing we can do. How can we work on the next person? How can we put somebody young and educated and, with a vision, to basically make Nigeria better? How can we do all those things? That's what we should, if we cannot do anything right now. But I believe there's a lot that can be done right now as well,
Well, Titus, you're right. I have 2 people in the Nigerian army, and they are high up there as well. But the truth of the matter is that sometimes when they talk about their junior colleagues and the things they're being paid, I'm like, damn. If these people are being paid this, how about the police?
Yeah.
And sometimes we need to understand that it's not the fault of these people, even though somebody just said now, which is truth. If they are being paid 1 million, that nothing will change. But the truth is, it will reduce. It will reduce. When a police officer knows that in the next 2 months I'm going to be getting 2 million naira.
Yeah. So it's not just about the salary. So this whole checks and balances, we don't have it.
It's reorientation. You understand? It's reorientation.
And before you can have good checks and balances, you need proper electricity. So you need to go from A to Z. You need to know what you need to fix first to get the other things working in a system. And electricity is important. We need to get that one right somehow. Security will be zero. Okay. Accountability will be zero.
That's the one that concerns you. Okay, yeah, that's fine, by the way. So let's give other people time to chance to talk, so it won't be just only us. I think, IT guy have spoken. Mami Ajoke are there. Titus, MDF. Okay. Who do we have next? So please remind me. I think, is it Yeti Baby or Lolly Baby? We just have 2 baby. And don't mind 2 of them. They are grandmas. They are all grandmas.
Can I speak?
Okay, Yeti baby, let's have you, ma. Good evening, ma. Happy Sunday.
Okay, good evening and happy Father's Day to all the young men on the panel and in the comment section.
Yeti baby, ma. We
And
have a
of course,
man in
Barakat
the
Salah to the Muslims
Yeti
amongst us.
baby, Yeti baby. We have a man in
Pardon?
the comment section. We have a man in the
Yes.
boss here who is like 72 years. So they are not young men. I'm just joking. Go ahead, ma.
I said all the gentlemen. Okay, all the gentlemen. Okay, sorry. All the gentlemen on the panel and the men in the comment section also. Happy Father's Day. That's the message, actually. It doesn't matter. And everybody's as young as they feel anyway. So you can't insist that someone is old when they haven't come out to say they're actually old. So I believe everyone is young. That being said, thank you. So I like the topic. I just came in, and because I was invited to this platform as a guest, I think I was just taking it straight to being a guest on the panel. So now, you were talking about the issues with the police in Nigeria, or how things are, why things are the way they are, and I jotted a few points, like half of the Nigerian police officers are actually attached to executives. So they go around with all these big men, jumping up and down around them. So when you have a police force that has maybe the total number of men in the police, in our police, is just about 300,000, and you have almost 200,000 of them jumping after governors, ministers, local government chairmen, obas, rich men, you understand, all over the place. So how many people are actually in the offices or in the stations or on the streets to do the job? And you recall that they haven't been recruiting the way they used to. So you can imagine that really and truly Nigeria is underpoliced. And the few that are working are grossly underpaid, grossly under taken care of, if that is the right way to put it. You see that everybody is just scrambling. Almost all our policemen are hustlers. They're all over the place looking for how to feed, how to take care of their families, and all that. What I know is that the Nigerian police know the law, and if they want to unravel any crime, they can, if they're given the opportunity to do it. I've worked with them on a case, at least personally before, and I know that I didn't have to make any suggestion to them. No suggestions. They just went ahead and did their job. They know what to do. They know how to get their information. They know how to unravel anything. Recall that recently, the Super TV CEO case was brought out again. And even the DNA lab that they said is working skeletally in Lagos came up and said, oh, they discovered the DNA of the man that was the victim on the dress of the girl, Chidima. So, I mean, if they have the capacity to unravel things like that, you know that if they want to work, they will do the work. And of course, everybody is aware, we're all conversant with the Miriam Sander case, the girl that killed her husband. And, even with all our connections, they still unraveled it because the guy's parents, too, are very influential. Timothy Adogo case was concluded. Even with all the explanation, all the connections, Adedoyin is very connected. He owns a university, a polytechnic, everything. He's the governor's friend. In fact, when Barrister Falana was brought into the case, the first thing that went online was the photo that was taken with Falana at his school event, where Falana was sitting next to Adedoyin. Yet, justice was served. The case of the banker, one Kolade guy in the past, that killed his wife, was investigated and charged. The University of Port Harcourt girl that went to visit her boyfriend and the boyfriend killed her and dismembered her was also, investigated successfully. So you see that if they want to work, especially where ordinary Nigerians are affected, they do a good job. They will unravel it. But you see where their hands are tied and you send them into the war zone, there's very, very little they can do. One of the things they do is, one of the things they also do is to make money. They have this way of profiling young Nigerians. Once they see you you have dreadlocks, you have tattoo, you have everything on your body, they come after you. They believe that they can make some money off you. They'll accuse you of being a Yahoo boy. If they see you with a laptop or any form of computer or device, you're in for it. They'll come after you. So don't assume that they don't know the law. Don't assume that they don't know what to do. But you see, Nigeria is a very peculiar country where the powerful, the rich, they control everything. They own everything. You know, recently I engaged the police officer because I just wanted to be sure what was really going on. And when I made the call to the officer, he told me, "Madam, the way this thing is, you know how we work. We know our work. We do our work, but our hands are tied. There are things that we really want to do. We ourselves don't feel good that we're not able to do certain things, especially when we see that everything is so clear. But we can't do much because, the police is like any military or any uniformed force where you have to obey the last order. When your boss says go, you have to go. If your boss says drop it, you have to drop it. You can't even ask questions about why you should drop it or why you shouldn't drop it. You just have to drop it. So with the level of hardship in Nigeria, you can't expect anybody to do less. I know that one of the fallouts is that where the moment powerful people are involved, it becomes really dicey. I'm telling you. You will see that even if the police boss at the very top wants to do the right thing, there'll be pressure from everywhere. People will go to any land. They can even go to the president. They can call everywhere just to make sure that the right thing is not done. So, and even with this mohbad case, I know that it's because of our unrelenting support for this case. That's the reason why it hasn't been swept under the carpet. It would have died a long time ago. But you see, because people are still talking, people are still asking questions. People are, police, everybody, they're being called out. So, it's a mess. I'm always scared. I don't even encourage my children to go to Nigeria because it's very scary. And then, we just need to know that if we keep quiet, things will get worse. So we can't even afford to keep quiet. Nigeria has the highest youth population in Africa. And when you have that kind of vibrant population, that kind of combination, our demography is the best. If you are going to look at it from the productive side of things, Nigeria should be. But look at what is going on. People can't even get jobs. Young people are just roaming the streets. And that's why a lot of them have resorted to criminality just to be able to feed. Where they're supposed to create jobs, create opportunities, other countries will not insist that everyone should go and work in the private sector, in the government or private sector. They create industries. They create all these cottage industries. They give them, they have trade schools where people can learn carpentry, learn plumbing, learn all sorts of things that they can be useful to the economy. But Nigeria is not like that. Everybody is just like scrambling and hustling and looking for the next guy to obtain. It's really bad. And our government, they don't know that they're sitting on a keg of gunpowder, because when everything goes up, they will be shocked, because nobody will be insulated at that point in time. It will be beyond their control. They won't even be able to hold anything down. So that's one of the things that bother me. And you will also recall that one of the fallouts of NSAS was that even the young people that went out for NSAS, they also brought proposals on how to improve the remuneration and welfare of the police. They talked about training, they talked about everything. I don't know where we are on those things. It's like they just decided to junk everything. So we're a country we're very reactive. We have oppressive people at the helm of affairs who want to shut everybody up. Even without this mohbad case, an average Nigerian youth does not even know when to speak and when not to speak. At the time, they say, oh, well, the Sorosoke generation, our parents were old, mute your mic or whatever. But right now, with what happened with NSAS, how people were killed and young people were being gaslighted every day, telling them that nobody died, only to discover that over 100 people died, and they just kept them in the morgue. They did not even allow people access to their missing children that had been killed at NSAS, and nobody will give them any information. You can see that Nigeria is an active crime scene, and you are grossly under-policed. So who is going to do the job? Recently, the chairman of the Police Service Commission was replaced. We don't know for what. We don't know why. Nobody told anybody the reason. That's just too many issues. So I think that as we're discussing this, they are hearing us. Some of them are amongst us. They know exactly what is happening. With the Mohbad's case is not the first one that they're going to try to sweep under the carpet. But if we keep talking and we keep calling them out, then the people that are actually holding this thing down, they won't be able to hold for too long, because the people that are holding down will have to tell them to come to the negotiation table to say, look, guy, we can't really say we're not going to call anybody to answer for their crime in this thing. Who is important to you? Who is not important to you? Let's take some guys down. They're going to have to do some kind of company. It's not just going to go down with nobody being brought to justice. And if they are going to bring the wrong people to justice, it's still not going to work, because Nigerians will revolt. So they're being careful too. See, they're not dragging this case because they want to drag it. It's because they really don't know how to approach not giving justice to this case. And that's where as we're talking like this, they're going back and re-strategizing. But you see, Mohbad has already spoken. He said, look, guy, if you have been doing this before, this my own will be a different case. Everybody thinks he was talking to you, Wunmi alone. He was leaving a message for everyone that, look, if you have been doing this 13 law, this is a different case. And I'm happy that everyone that really needs justice for Mohbad is still remaining steadfast. We're not going to let it go. We're not going to allow police to continue to profile people wrongly. I mean, you still responsible people just because you think they look somehow. You look at their faces and you think they're criminals. Who does that? I mean, just like you look at a child, you say, oh, this child looks like this person, so it must be his child. No. Do the DNA. Let's know. Let's be sure. If I have dreadlocks or I have tattoo on my body, that doesn't make me a criminal. Do your job. Don't just profile me and throw me behind bars. So we need to start doing the right thing, and we shouldn't give up on our country, no matter where we are. We might be enjoying whatever we do. Every country has its own issues, but Nigeria's own is just peculiar, and I don't think what is happening in other countries can be used to fix the problem of Nigeria. It's a very deep situation, and but it's not impossible to reverse the trend. So we just have to be steadfast, and justice for Mohbad must be achieved, and it will be achieved. It may take a while, but I know that some sort of justice will be granted, will be given, because everyone is getting tired. And please, guys, to divert a little bit, not divert, please, the guys that have been kept behind bars, let's not forget them there. Let's make sure that we remind people that they're there every day, so that those who still want to continue fighting and putting themselves out there will not be cowed into not wanting to speak anymore, because after all, the guys that have been picked, nobody is fighting for them. Let's fight for them in our own way. If it's just a few minutes every day to say, look, these guys are there, their their bail has been granted, they have met the conditions, someone is refusing to sign off, we need to call people out so that they'll stop using these powers that they really don't have these powers. That's why when they leave government or leave their positions, they become useless, because of the evil they do. And everyone should know that karma exists. It does exist. So if you think you can get away with it, you must be joking. So that would just be my few words for this afternoon, or this